Today we're going to be talking about how you should be training in lockdown for best results. There's still a lot of people around the world that are in lockdown and can't get to a gym. And in Australia, one of our states has gone into the most severe lockdown status that it's ever been in, and who knows what's around the corner. So let's get into this.
We are the gym that teaches people how to move instead of just exercise, because we believe that health is about performance, not just body image.
What's up, everyone? In case we haven't met, my name's Rad Burmeister. I'm one of the co-founders of Unity Gym and co-creators of the UMS, the Unified Movement System, where we make driven people strong, flexible, and athletic. If you want to know how we do that, grab one of our free blueprints, the Flexibility Blueprint, the Strength Blueprint, or the Nutrition Blueprint. There's a link in the description of this video or podcast, wherever you're listening to or watching this. And as always, I'm joined by Phil White. How are you, man?
Well, yeah.
Well, ready to do a big day of moving, huh?
Yeah, I'm helping my parents move house after 4 generations being in the same house. It's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting time for the family, but yeah, happy to help out.
I do not envy you.
Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah, cool. So listen, today we're talking about something a little bit different today. We get asked a lot still about our at-home workouts. And, you know, because Unity Gym reopened, the lockdowns in Sydney ended, and we're on restrictions, but the lockdown ended. We kind of let this topic sort of slide, and we started, focusing on some other stuff. But the truth is, we've still got a lot of people, a lot of our audience around the world are still in lockdown. A lot of people can't get to a gym. A lot of people are still training at home. And in Australia alone, we're in the second wave now of the coronavirus. And in one of our states, Victoria, it is out of control. They're in the most severe We only went to stage 3 lockdowns in the first wave, and Victoria's now in stage 4. It's really full on for Australia, at least anyway, for what we're used to. Sydney looks like we're potentially going to get another lockdown coming soon. So yeah, we want to talk about this topic with you guys today.
And just for kind of context, it's like out of control for us there's been around sort of 500 to 700 cases most day in Victoria, which is absolutely terrible. But it's interesting looking at the US numbers and seeing 43,625 in the last 24 hours. So yeah, they're taking a pretty big response here in Australia pretty early. So hopefully that nips it in the bud. And yeah, I feel for all those people in some other countries who are struggling.
Yeah, well, we're in a unique position in Australia when something like this happens. Hang on, I've got a sneeze coming on here. Oh, sorry guys, got a big sneeze coming on. It's just sitting there. Any minute. We're in a unique position in Australia in that we don't border any other country. We are girt by sea, as our national anthem says. So our entire country is surrounded by ocean. So we can control our borders a lot better than what other countries can. And yeah, we seem to have definitely sort of locked this virus down a lot better than what a lot of other countries that we're seeing around the world. I totally respect that what we're dealing with is nothing compared to some other countries.
But I'm just so glad that we are taking big action early.
That's right. And we're locking. I mean, borders are closed from states, so you can't get in and out of Victoria at the moment. Queensland's closing their borders. Look, anyway, but what we want to talk about is something that's been discussed now that Yanni was telling us he's seen on the news is this new emergence of mental health issues from people in lockdown that we've never seen before. We've never seen this stuff before, and they're starting to get a lot of data on it from what people are posting on social media, and what people need to realize is that it is absolutely critical to create a routine for yourself during lockdown that includes exercise. You can't just think, okay, I'm at my home, so I'm going to do what I normally do at my home, because usually being at home is our rest and recovery and relaxation time, where we have to go out and we have to go to work and we have to, make a buck. But now you're stuck at home, and you don't want to be using that time at home just sitting around on the couch doing nothing, or even just working from home and then just sitting around on the couch. It's really important that you exercise. And if you're somebody that doesn't normally exercise, it's more important now than ever to start exercising, because you don't realize that even if you don't go to a gym, you're doing what's called incidental exercise throughout the day, which is just walking to and from work or to and from the bus stop and up and down flights of stairs. That's what we call incidental exercise, and it does stimulate muscle maintenance, and it also burns calories. And if you're in lockdown now and you're not leaving your home or hardly leaving your home, you're not getting that incidental exercise. So it's really important that you start doing this. And, we're going to have a little discussion today about some of the things that you want to be looking for in an at-home workout. So the first thing that we want to...
And just before we go on, sorry, I uploaded the podcast yesterday, and it's only 30 seconds long, and I've realized that this morning, so I'm changing it around and putting up the new one. But for those who listen to the podcast and got 30 seconds in yesterday and wondered when it went, I'm re-uploading it today. So please go back and listen to it because it was a good one.
Yeah, yesterday was a really good episode. We had a really good discussion. It was awesome.
For Physio Monday. So.
Now, as always, everyone that's listening in live, please give us a shout out. Say hi so we can give you a shout out. So good morning, Lee. Good morning, Dave. Look, what I want to talk about today is that, if you are going to do an at-home workout, which I really, really, really hope you do if you're in lockdown or you can't get to the gym, what should you be looking for? And one of the things that we've identified with a lot of the at-home workouts that we've seen that trainers are throwing out there is that a lot of people are just trying to throw something together to entertain people, to try and create a buzz type workout. And I see this a lot. I see some of the fittest, strongest, people with the most impressive physiques putting these workouts together and throwing them up online where every day there's something new, something different that they're showing a new YouTube video. And I would never train like that myself. I would never just do these random workouts daily where I'm doing these exercises that I've never even seen before that look like they've been or maybe even made up for this lockdown phase. You still need to follow basic programming principles. You still need to, understand what periodization is, how to use progressive overload, how to use supercompensation, and, make sure
this is so important is because, this is such a rough year for so many people, and, it can really feel like it's put, the brakes on your life or even put you in reverse and taking you backwards. Yeah. So if you come out the other end feeling like you've made some progress in some aspects of your life, even if your job's screwed at the moment, you're not working, or you're having a tough time adapting to sort of family life when you're in each other's pockets all day, like if you can have some aspect of your life that you're making progress on, then that just goes a long way to making that time feel like it's you've got something out of it. So that's kind of why it is so important to be thinking about how we actually training and are you going to get results? Yeah,
absolutely. And I mean, this is something that when you're training at home, like obviously anything is better than nothing. So I just want to put that out there. If at least if it doesn't hurt you. We don't want anything that's going to hurt you. But if we talk about, I'm either going to sit on the couch and do nothing or I'm going to do this, then doing that, if it gets you moving and burns calories and takes your joints through full range of motion, then that's awesome. But you don't need to ditch programming principles for entertainment. You can still make progress. You really can. And there's lots of different ways to do it, but I can tell you that our tribe, when we went into lockdown and people came out of that 3-month phase when we were doing those at-home workouts, everybody was talking about how they're fitter than they were when they went into lockdown. They feel like they made strength gains in certain areas of their body and flexibility gains. So you can do it. And, with the exception to the way that you overload muscles, nothing should really change in the way that you program. Like our at-home workouts were literally the exact same program split as what we do in the gym for the UMS. So we still did bent arm upper body strength on Monday and Thursday. We still did lower body on Tuesday and Friday. And then we did straight arm strength on Wednesday. So it was still this great split that we know works. We didn't have to reinvent the wheel because we're at home. We just needed to think creatively for how we can do a vertical push and a vertical pull and how we could do a squat pattern and all these things. But, luckily for us, Yanni and I, and Richard have a great, I don't include Phil in this just because Phil did isolate himself from the gym because his girlfriend was working in ICU, right? Is that
Emergency.
Emergency, yeah, okay. So, which was, he really put himself out for us there. He believed that if anyone was going to bring coronavirus into the gym, it would have been him. So it was really nice of him to do that. But that's why I say Yanni, Richard and me, we know a lot about exercise, so we were able to choose some really good exercise for people. So, yeah.
Yeah, and if you remember back to the Programming Principles series we did a couple of weeks ago now, and if you didn't listen to it, I'd definitely recommend it because it'll give you so much more insight into this sort of stuff. You know, when looking at how to progressively overload, adding more weight to the bar or to the exercise is only like one of the many variables in which you can change. And so, it was really apparent doing the at-home workouts myself. Like, you know, it was so much more about endurance, strength, and adding in like changes in tempo or more reps, or even then changing the positioning of certain movements to, you know, make it less than ideal, which would make it harder. So some of those sissy squat variations, like, you know, it looks like a sort of simple squat, but as soon as you've, you know, lifted your heels like that, it really, you can feel it how much that overloads your quads. So there are so many variables that you can still be in control over, even if you don't have the that one variable of adding more weight to the exercise. So it's so key to understand that you can still progress. Yeah,
absolutely. Now, if you don't have our at-home workouts, then what you can do in the very least is you can go to our YouTube channel, and we've still got 1 week of the phase 3 workouts up there. There won't be any instruction on how to do things, but you can at least look at how the workout is put together.
Shout out to my mate Felix, who is still doing that. He's in Sydney, but like he just loved the at-home workouts, and he's still doing them. And he's like, I saw him the other day, and he's like, oh, you know, I get the same jokes come through every day.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
he's still repeating. God.
He's like, oh, I miss the guys. Like, but you know, he can pretty much recite like the whole thing. It's classic.
Oh, that's
like, turn the volume off. Just listen to something else. He's like, no, I need it.
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's hilarious.
You know, you can still get great results from following that.
Yeah. Look, you can see. You can absolutely level up in lockdown with your fitness, and it's, you know, and I would argue that it's actually a really good opportunity to do some things. Like there's some really horrendous things that are going on in the world, and you know, this whole scenario is causing problems. Of course, there's the death toll, there's the long-term health effects that we don't know. There's all of that, which, you know, we all know by now. At least I hope we do. You know, and we've spoken about the issues people are having with mental health in lockdown, but all of that aside, we really are at Unity Gym. We try and find a you know, something positive in every situation, you know, and we like this saying, the obstacle is the way. So there is opportunity here. There's great opportunity, and if you are in lockdown, you have an opportunity to create a routine around exercise that you could probably stick to like never before. You know, a lot of the time people can't, you know, they find it hard to stick to a routine because they've got things that start at different times on different days. You know, some days they go out with friends and they stay out too late, and like you're in this position where you can create a really, really solid routine. And if you create a good 5-day-a-week exercise routine and then just maybe a little bit of stretching or something on Saturday and Sunday, man, you're going to see some change in your body if you do the right thing. So just remember, look for something, or at least research how you can create a structured program rather than just doing random workouts that have some weird exercise that you've never seen before just for the sake of doing something different.
I've been really enjoying James Clear, who's the guy who wrote Atomic Habits, which is a very popular book about habits, and the way he sort of talks about building, you know, positive routines into your life is like trying to break them down to the most sort of actionable kind of next step, and without sort of thinking about, you know, doing a whole hour workout. Like if you can kind of get in the routine of, you know, setting up the screen with the at-home workout and putting your mat down and your glass of water there or something. And if you can just get good at doing that, even if you don't do the workout every day, like kind of creating that habit of turning up every day, you're more likely than not to start once you've got everything else set up. So, but it's okay if you don't, but you still have to put on your gym clothes in your home. You have to put down the mat and you have to put that glass of water there. And then if you want to make that decision that you don't work out that day, that's fine.
Yep.
But you've kept that habit of turning up, and then more likely than not, you'll start to get into the habit of actually doing it. So even if you don't feel like doing it, just do that step to try and keep that habit. It's been a really interesting way of thinking about different behaviors you want to encourage. Like,
love it.
It's often that friction of starting is often the hardest thing. So if you can just keep that habit there, it'll lower that friction.
Yeah, absolutely love it.
Just quickly say hi to the people tuning in. So we've got Lee Clements and Dave Clark saying hi, and Aiden Potts, who was a real star during the lockdown. He was doing some cool stuff, but he's got some rings and other funky stuff at home that he can work with. Yeah,
Lee's saying, loved your at-home workouts. I might need to do them again as the gym is probably closing in regional Victoria. Yeah, it's looking grim down there, Lee. I hope everything works out well for you guys, and I hope that the stage 4 lockdowns that they put in place help to contain this and flatten the curve out, as we like to say. Aiden's saying, just started phase 1 of the Muscle Up Masterclass. My God, extremely challenged. We actually renamed that program, Aiden, you'll notice, to the Gymnastics Rings Masterclass because we shouldn't have called it the Muscle Up Masterclass. The Muscle Up is like the end goal of what you do with gymnastics rings, at least at a basic level, but it detracts from what the whole program is, which is really an upper body strength training program using gymnastics rings, and that's what it is. And when you use gymnastics rings, you work towards a muscle up. So just want to clarify that. And he's saying, oh my God, extremely challenging first workout. The core exercises are definitely the area I'm weakest in. Excited to see what results this next phase brings. Man, that program has brought amazing results for people that have done it. So you've got some good things to look forward to. Yeah. Well, look, guys, it's one of those things that if you're in lockdown, give us a shout out. Let us know on the podcast. If you're listening, record a little message for us. Let us know what you're struggling with so that we can help you out. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a comment, please, and let us know how you're going. And if you're watching in the UMS Movement Mastermind group, let us know what you're struggling with lockdown, and let's see how we can help you out, because this is something that at Unity Gym on this show we haven't talked about for a while now, and we do need to. Well, we believe that we need to recognise that a lot of the world and Australia even is still in lockdown, and we want to support you guys. We want to try and help you guys go through it. So if you don't have the Unity Gym at-home workouts yet, in the very least, before we do tomorrow's show, go to that YouTube channel, have a little look at the 5 workouts that are still posted on there that you can see of the at-home workouts, and come at us with some questions. Hit us up with some things that you'd like to know, and we're going to be talking about the way that you can program for your at-home workouts for the rest of this week.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you again tomorrow for another kick-ass show. Have a great day, everyone.
Health is about performance, not just body image.
You better be willing to accept what you're going to have to do to get there.
We'll start focusing on movement goals, strength goals, flexibility goals.
When you nail that skill, that's there forever.
The body image goal doesn't get you that far.
It's the consistency and frequency that's going to get you there. It's not the intensity.
There's no shortcuts to mastery and movement. Destination doesn't change overnight, but your direction will.
The gym is not the place to beat up the body that you hate. It's the place to build the body that you love.
We are the gym that teaches people how to move instead of just exercise, because we believe that health is about performance, not just body image.